Hello friends, so we've got a bit of a difficult one today. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a message that needed to come through. I got up this morning, strong urge to do a reading, no idea what was going to be in it. And as I sat down and started to just tune into the energy, to meditate a little bit beforehand, to open up that channel, I was shown an image, and it was a very, very, very clear image of Archangel Michael, and he was directly facing me. I got the image of, I mean, it's hard to tell when it's only an image of one thing, it's hard to tell scale, but I think, you know, if associations with that name, that imagery, it felt like it was big, right? It was a big presence, and facing me straight on, massive wings, enormous wings, and they were unfurling. So if I kind of show you with my arms, this kind of unfurling, and they were almost completely extended. I mean, huge wings, right? Almost completely extended, slightly curled at the edges, and it was almost as though, do you know when you've been sleeping or you've been in a crouched position for a long time and your body's kind of like stiff, and then you do a really big stretch, like, you know, one of those big starfish stretches where you unfurl your arms right back as if you're doing yoga, and then you sort of pull your back muscles together and really stretch out your arms wide. It was like that. It was like he was, it's like I could feel the tension of his wings as he was like unfurling them, like, you know, really stretching to like full magnificence. It felt like really like I am. So it could be a message about somebody really coming into their full power, really kind of like flexing and getting ready to really make themselves big, you know, make themselves big and known. It could be that. Now, when I say Archangel Michael, however you take that, that's absolutely fine. I really want you to use your own intuition, your own, trust your gut when you come to readings, and use your own beliefs strongly. So if you're not into religion at all and you're like, Archangel Michael who, take it as an energy. So when I say Archangel Michael, think of it as a presence, an energy. If you want to identify that as the universe, as God, as some kind of ancestor who's passed over, I don't know where the messages come from. I only know what I'm told. So the way that I'm reading this is that because I was shown Archangel Michael, this is Archangel Michael's message, very important message. He comes, my association with that name is it's an energy of protection. It's an energy of the universe is here for you. We've got your back. We're protecting you at this time, which is very interesting considering the subject matter of this reading. So if you believe, whatever you believe Archangel Michael to be, he is here for you, or he is here for whoever this reading is for, and he's got your back, is what I want to say. So, who I believe this reading is for, you can see we've got the main male card here. Now, if you identify as male, then this is you, it's your reading, right? If you do not identify as male, but you identify as, you know, female or other, then this is the first person you think of, the most important male in your life. You know, who's on your mind the most? Who do you believe this reading is for? So it could be for an individual, it could be for a collective, but I'm going to run through what I'm getting from this spread. So I've used these tea leaf cards, and there's definitely a sense of, oh, before I start, I want to say, with this rabbit here, I don't know if this is legitimately somebody's reality, or if this is representing somebody's fears. I believe it could just be representing somebody's fears. There's a lot of fear in this reading. Whoever I'm reading for is sat in fear, almost like sat in that Nine of Swords energy of all the things that could go wrong, all the pain that could happen. It's real fear energy, anxiety, fear, very frightened, very nervous. So it's hard for me to tap into the energy. You can probably hear it in my voice. So it's funny because before I started this reading, I was just going about my morning routine, and sometimes I get these like narratives in my head, and I feel like it's something that I'm meant to explain to you in this reading here. So I had this narrative of Libra energy, if you've been following the Libra readings, have been very, very strong recently. And it's this attitude of whatever life throws at me, I'm going to deal with it. It's like, you know, things are hard, things come up, things are thrown at you, things, you know, there's tower moments that sideswipe you, pull the rug out from under your feet, the challenges that we all go through in life, and we all go through them. Nobody has a perfectly easy life. At some point, the universe is going to start to challenge you, because that's how we grow. And there's a lot of strength and a lot of growth in when you faced challenges, you really do get stronger, because at some point you pick yourself back up and you learn how to cope. You learn how to cope with the harder emotions, the grief, the pain, the loss, the things that bring you to your knees. At some point you learn very mature coping strategies in order to continue with your life and not stay down on your knees. So I think there comes a point in people's lives, especially sort of in later life, where you look back and you think, damn, I'm stronger now than I ever was before. And I feel like this is a lesson that this person is in the process of learning, because when you, this is kind of what was coming through this morning, when you've survived a certain number of things, or when you've coped with a certain number of things, you can look forward and say, whatever life throws at me, even my worst fears, I know I'm going to deal with them. I know those emotions are going to come up. I know I'm going to process those emotions. I know I'm going to keep going. There's this strong keep going energy, sort of almost getting that song by, is it U2 or like Bono? Hold On. Sorry, there's just, I'm trying to get the words of the song, the lyrics of the song, but they're just saying the Samaritans. So maybe somebody needs to call the Samaritans. This is going to be a hugely sensitive reading. If I probably put a trigger warning up in the title. You can maybe be able to see here what kind of the subject matter is. Fears, and we've got coffin and casket here. So, yeah. Yeah, just prepare yourselves. I want to say that I'm not foreshadowing anything. I think if this is something that's coming your way, you already know. It could be that somebody's already poorly. It could be that somebody's already passed away. It could be that this is just somebody's fears. Somebody's got a huge fear around, you know, death and endings. I want to say this is, now normally in tarot, when you get cards like casket and coffin, I would say normally it just signifies a clean break, a total ending, something that cannot come back, whether that's a relationship, a situation. I would say that the cards that are here, family sorrow, someone going out of your life, or the end of a situation, and coffin, I think this is literal death. Somebody passing, somebody's spirit leaving their body. There is a message here as well about the container and the soul, which I'll come to in a minute, but it could, I got this immediately as soon as I saw weeping willow and goldfish. So family sorrow, willows are a tree associated with death. If you want to look at Othello, and there's a song there about weeping willows. Family sorrow, and increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. As soon as I saw that, I got inheritance. And then we've also got a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Clarified with pathway here, and some sort of change. There's butterflies along this path. So just to kind of show you, it could be a change in fortune for somebody because of inherited wealth. Star there as well. I didn't see that until now. Guaranteed success. So there is something here, some kind of opportunity opening up for increase in literal wealth, I want to say. Spiritual growth as well. It could be a choice. Do you want spiritual growth, or do you want material wealth? I think I know which one you should probably choose, considering who's leading this reading. You do also have pig, beware of greed. Also fox underneath that, which I didn't see till now. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So I think we are dealing with somebody, whether this is you or somebody around you, there is somebody who is very, very business minded, money focused, materialistic. I feel like there could be an opportunity coming up, either because of inheritance or because of somebody's passing, where it's sad, you know, there's sorrow here, there's sadness, but also there's an opportunity to improve somebody's finances. I don't know if you can have financial growth and spiritual growth, or if that is a choice. But just be careful, because some of the cards here we have beware of greed, unsuccessful plans, finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future, thief, so I feel like somebody's going to be accused of being a thief, and then coffin here as well. So yeah, we also have family room, again with family sorrow, family room, news is on the way, someone is going out of your life, or the end of a situation, family room. So it could be definitely something to do with an end in a family situation. I mean, that's clarified several times. December is here, so December could indicate that something happened in last December or will happen in December. It could indicate that somebody with a December birthday is involved, which would be Sagittarius or Capricorn. I also saw January, so I can't tell you what came out with January because I was told to put it back in, but I would say that a situation may improve in January. December may be the tricky month. January may be a month where things start to get moving, but again, we could be dealing with Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Aquarius. Okay, so I think I've covered the cards that are here, apart from the animal cards. I did also want to say this business about the soul and the container. I do believe that we all have a soul and it is separate to our physical body. I believe that I believe in reincarnation, for example, but whatever you believe, you know, you're totally entitled to believe whatever you want to believe. I was getting a message through. Now, there's no love on the table here, other than, you know, family sorrow indicates that there must have been love there if there's sorrow there. You don't have grief if there's no love. That's not the two go hand in hand, you know, and maybe that's an aspect of someone's fear. If I don't love, then I won't experience grief again. If I never give my heart away, then it can never be broken. There may be a fear here that's almost like an Achilles heel for someone that's keeping them stuck, which again, I'm going to come to this in a moment. But if the only reason why I'm picking up on love at all here, in a romantic sense, is the song that clarified this reading was How Long Will This Last by the Blossoms. Now, it is a song about being in and out of love. I want to say again, this feeling of if I never give my heart away, then it'll never be broken. You know, I'm in love with this person and then my fears get in the way, is the way that I'm reading that, just because of the energies. There's a message with not to... If somebody's indecisive because of their own fears, it's not fair on the other person. If that other person sat there waiting for that person to come forward, or thinking, are we on, are we off again, are we hot, are we cold, what's happening here, there's a limited amount of time that I think is fair for that person to wait before they move on. You know, it's not fair on the other person to sit around waiting while someone makes up their mind. It's not... you know, it just stops that other person from living their life. So if you're in this in and out of love, in my head, should I, shouldn't I energy, I think you need to get out of your own head and make your own mind up, you know, and let that other person know, because it's not fair to drag a relationship on while you decide, am I ready for this? It's not okay. It's not fair on that other person. And all that's going to happen is eventually that other person's going to move on, and this person's going to get out of their head, go for it, and it's going to be too late. So there's that thing there about I want to take this chance, but I'm scared that I'm too late. The fear is what's blocking this person. It is crippling. This fear is crippling. I can feel it. So there's this other message as well with the soul and the container. Sorry, there's so much about be wary of... Okay, the message is somebody may be very, very conventionally attractive. Somebody may have a really nice container, right? Really nice face, really nice body, pretty hot. There's this thing about be careful in the approach, or be careful how people approach you. It depends on if you're this person or not, because if people approach this, it's like this energy, they're going to have a lot of people coming towards them who just want them for the body, right? They want them for the container. So they're going to be a little bit careful about who they let get close. If somebody come in and they're like, oh, you're so hot, I want you, that might not work for that person, because it's like, been there, done that, had my heart broken. So there could be a guard up with somebody where they are trying to figure out, does this person like me for my soul, for who I am? Does their language tell me that? Or does this person just think that I've got a hot bod, you know? So again, there's a message there for somebody. It feels like a side message, but you could take it if it's resonant, leave it if it isn't. It's not in the cards, it's an intuitive message. So, which again could apply to getting older. As we get older, our bodies decay, you know, we don't look as nice as we did 60 as we did when we were 20, you know? So it's like, will you, oh, now they're giving me, will you still love me tomorrow? Hang on. Heartbroken. I can't quite get it, hang on. Of love is in your eyes, but will you love me tomorrow? Sorry, I can hear it, but it's quite faint. Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you tie the knot? Okay. So the message that's coming through here with rabbit, buffalo and otter. Rabbit talks about being in that fear energy, being in that flight or fight moment, really having your wits about you, watching for the signs, watching for, it's almost like, you know, someone's raised in a family that's very volatile. As a child, they start to look for the warning signs, they start to look for the red flags, and then it's like, if they see those red flags, they're ready to flee. So again, I feel like perhaps somebody's been hurt in relationships, perhaps somebody doesn't trust easily in relationships because they've had their heart broken, or they've been in difficult situations in the past. So it's almost like they're looking for those red flags constantly. It's like an anxiety. It's like, when is that red flag going to show? When is that red flag going to show? And the second they get like a whiff of something, they're gone. So again, this in and out energy, but it comes from a place of fear. I feel like this is the obstacle for them. The buffalo comes in with this energy of an obstacle, almost like the mountain card. It also comes with an energy for me of the 9 of Wands, which is a card about being the wounded warrior, learning to pick yourself back up, learning to keep going, learning to face your fears as well. So if somebody needs to face their fears, and the otter is here. It's almost like on the other side of this mountain. I'm seeing the buffalo as this mountain energy, is a very, very playful energy. The otter talks to me about looking for love, being open to love, being in the moment, being very playful, enjoying life, splashing in the water, being really quite happy, happy in the moment. So it's almost like the energy of being trapped. They show me the 8 of Swords, which is trapped by your own mental fears and anxieties. So trapped in fear. You know, overcoming this is like the obstacle. The obstacle is their own fear. They have to overcome their own fears, face the fears, or learn to live in the moment, learning to release fear and enjoy life moment to moment, and not think too far ahead, not think of the how long will this last, not think of will this person break my heart, where are the red flags? Because it's like the message that came through was living in fear is not living. The otter is living their best life. The rabbit is afraid of you know what's going to happen. So it's also talking about manifestation. If I just read this rabbit card, it actually talks about almost like speaking your own fears into existence. So we have afraid of everything, overwhelmed and frozen. I feel like this is the energy that this person is in. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it, so loudly in fact that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words. Oh, rabbit, they shape your destiny. When in balance, sensitive, a problem solver, a good listener. When out of balance, over-explains and talks fast. Bring into balance, a day of silence. Okay, and then this buffalo energy, it's actually a very, very spiritual card when I read the meaning of it. Now, you may be dealing with a Taurus as well, I want to say, because Taurus had a reading about people fighting over everything that somebody had left after their death. There was also a reading for Pisces where the buffalo came out, which may be interesting to you if you've got Pisces in your chart or you're dealing with a Pisces. So grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. So I feel like this is the process. Somebody needs to move from like rabbit energy to buffalo energy into otter energy. It's like this is the fear. This is the when the tower moment first hits. When something happens in our lives and there's turmoil, the immediate reaction is rabbit energy. How am I going to deal with this? How am I going to cope with this? What do I do? What if I make the wrong move? I feel like there's a transition from this energy, this fear energy, into getting really grounded, getting really practical, getting stable, doing what has to be done. And then it's like once that storm has passed, then you get it to be in otter energy. It's like a story of how the energy progresses. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. Again, remember we've got this spiritual growth card here with the goldfish. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, and yet its heart and mind rise towards heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Do you see the difference? Speaking fears into existence, or saying, whatever, you know, if my fears are realized, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to see it as an opportunity for growth. So there's a huge message here about mindset. And I want to remind you, because they're showing me the image again, that Archangel Michael is the, however you see that, right, is leading this reading, and he's a god, an angel of protection. Okay, it's an energy of a protective spirit energy around this reading. It's like he's got his wings around this reading, his wings around us all, protecting us and guiding us through challenging times by teaching us how to tap into that spirituality, how to tap it, whatever that means for you. You know, whatever talks to your own personal soul. Whatever your spiritual truth is, and through that spiritual strength, whatever that is for you. Okay, I'm not talking about a specific religion. That's what gives you the strength to push through this. And you know what, if the religion that you were born with, the religion that you were raised with, doesn't work for you and you want to choose a different path, again, pathway, that's okay too. Okay, it's your soul is the most personal thing that you could possibly have. So whatever resonates with it, whatever matches its vibration, is the right thing for you, you know? And I think the universe, as I say, I think these messages aren't coming from me, they're coming from whatever I'm channeling. So, and I was shown Archangel Michael, so I just hope that's helpful for somebody. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. They've given me something, but I'll finish this first. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time. And may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. Life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting, pure presence. When out of balance, restless and lacks gratitude. Bring to balance prayer and bhakti, B-H-A-K-T-I. So what they were showing me, I get this quite often where it's kind of that wounded warrior energy I was talking about of the Nine of Wands, where we're trying to stand on our own 2 feet, but it's an image of somebody being in the ocean, like in shallow waters, and the sand is shifting between their feet, right, shifting under their feet. The landscape's always changing, and at the same time they're showing me the fox card again there, so that may be meaningful to somebody. The landscape's always changing, the ground is always shifting, the circumstances never stay entirely stable, or somebody's on like somebody's been trying to build this is a new message, by the way. It's a variation on the message I normally get. Somebody's been trying to build a foundation on shifting ground. It's like it's not stable. It can't be a solid tower. That, you know, the tower will fall because it's not on strong foundation. So they're really showing me like the shift, you know, when you put your feet in the sand and it's like the waves come in, and you find that the sand is being removed from underneath your feet. So maybe like a quicksand image, quicksand element is coming through, but the image they normally show me is somebody in fairly shallow water and the waves are rolling in, and this person keeps trying to stand up. They keep getting to the knees, they keep standing up, but the waves knock them down. And then to me, this is a lesson about the waves representing the obstacles or the challenges or the hardships that we face in life. They constantly roll into us, into all of us, but the lesson is how to get back up, how to stand tall. Now they're showing me someone's feet on a rock. So they're telling me with that, it's make sure that your foundations are strong, make sure that you find solid ground, something that's not going to shift, something that's fixed. And that's not talking about necessarily like, I don't know, a family situation, because family situations can change. It could be talking about your own belief system or your own, your chosen family, right? The connections that are dependable. So stand on solid ground. Because the rock's underwater though, they're still in their emotions. And sorry, there's something else. That's it, sorry. So the water's not very deep. So what they're showing me is when these lessons start to roll in, you get knocked down, you have to pick yourself up, it's hard. But the more you do it, it's like your muscles develop to make it easier for you. A bit like, you know, riding a bike. When you first start to ride a bike, you get really saddle sore, your legs ache. I suppose that's what Archangel Michael's showing me as well, with the extension and that stretching energy. Maybe somebody really needs to stretch. But it's like your muscles develop. So the more you use the muscles, the more they develop. So the more you face challenges head on, the more you pick yourself up, the more you learn to ride the waves, perhaps, show me a surfboard, the better you get at it. So the original image that they were showing me was somebody jumping over the waves. It's like they were stronger. Maybe somebody does a lot of exercise where they're doing like jump rope or stretching. But it's like jumping over the waves. It's like, they're not going to knock me down anymore. I can jump over them. And then making it a game, making it playful, getting into the otter energy. Because of course we're going from grounded water. So the otter swims in the waves. They splash in the waves. They had fun in the waves. They surf. They dive under the waves. So yeah, it's like, it's perception. It's perception and it's experience. Things get easier. Things get easier, I want to say. So perseverance. Get out of your fears, persevere, do what needs to be done. Things are going to get easier. Okay. Sorry, mega channeling then. Okay, Otter. I love this card. It's one of my favourite cards in this deck. This is the Animal Spirit Guidebook by Kim Kranz. Unobstructed joy. And remember I said this is an obstruction, an obstacle. This is overcoming that, and it's unobstructed. Unobstructed joy, playfulness and contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the Animal Spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child, available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and a reverence for life itself. Oh, I'm getting that gorgeous goosebump energy that's been coming through in Gemini's readings. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself without the presence of doubt, worry or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would your life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love, needs nothing. When out of balance, gloomy, sighs, makes silly excuses. Bring into balance, dance, party or celebration. I can't believe it says that. Right. I've been getting stuff about like a disco, dance floor, ballroom. So it could be that there's some sort of event coming up for somebody. It keeps coming through, like all my readings, like through songs and things like this. It's like a big party, a big celebration, a big get together, like ballroom dancing, some ballroom dancing. Somebody could be learning how to dance. I've been getting that for a while. Learning how to dance. It could be a metaphor for life, right? Learning how to dance. Okay, so side messages there. I don't know if that's... I'm going to hold those back and see if they come out. I'll know whether to say them. They'll tell me. Right, let's get a few more cards here. So what else? For anyone connecting with this reading strongly, whoever this reading is for, I'm going to say Archangel Michael as the person I'm speaking to. So Archangel Michael, please guide my reading. What else would you like to communicate today? Anything else? Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Can you spin the Wheel of Fortune? The Moon. Okay, talk about that first. So the Moon card is a card about secrets or fears. It can be fears, it can be illusions, it can be, you know, the lies that get into our own head. If the Devil card was here, curious to see what that is, because, yeah, they've given me the Devil twice. If the Devil card is here or was here, it would mean, if it's not here, that could mean something else. I'm curious to know what that card is. If the Devil card was connected with the Moon, it would talk about illusions or self-delusion, delusions of grandeur, imposter syndrome, living in a fantasy. It's not seeing clearly. It's the corruption of our own perception of what our life is. So it does talk about fear and disillusion, and I do feel with the Rabbit here as well, like somebody's absolutely trapped in their own fears. But it's also a card in the upright, especially. It is a card similar to the High Priestess card. It's a Piscean card, and it does talk about very strong intuition, like your gut feeling, your intuition, or your spiritual awareness, and learning to trust that, learning to trust what your soul is telling you, to get you through periods of I mean, it's secrets as well. It's like the unknown. So when we don't know, when we don't have all the facts, when we don't know the outcome of a situation, when we're facing that void, right, that's when we get a lot of fear, because we don't know. Basically, fear really is just not knowing. And that's why people talk about facing the fears. A lot of the things that we're afraid of because we've never experienced them, or they're unknown to us, or, you know, we've had a bad experience from. So a lot of the time when people are getting over a fear, they actually, if you talk about a fear of, I'm sorry, again, trigger warning, a fear of spiders, people often learn how to stand in a room with a spider, and then learn to hold a spider. Obviously some spiders are dangerous, some aren't, but it's an irrational fear to be afraid of harmless spiders, you know. And then you can, again, there's this thing about perception. I really love tarantulas. I think they're really cute and fluffy, and like they're like little furry babies. Like, why would you be scared of them? And they're cute. You know, if you want to say, yeah, they can bite, but so can a dog, so can a cat, you know, so can a horse. So anything has the capacity for good or bad. But learning and experiencing and knowing the signs helps you to understand if it's a safe situation or if it's not. So that's the intuitive message that came through. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's 78 cards in a tarot deck, guys. How did I know? How did I know? Okay, what I didn't say before, and I was like, if the Devil card comes out, I'll say it. They were giving me the quote from Batman, dancing the devil in the pale moonlight, which is the Joker, right? That scene at the end of the first Batman with Kim Basinger, who's gorgeous. So learning to dance with the devil. The message that was coming through with it, the intuitive information that came through with that, it's hard again because I get the information and then I have to put it into words, is learning to dance with the devil, learning how to. Now, when I say the devil, I'm not talking about the literal devil, right? I'm talking about devil energy, which is our shadow side. It's part of all of us. It talks about our fears, our illusions, you know, being a slave to our fears. This is being a slave to your fears, being tied to your fears. If you want to talk about how the devil if you want to talk about the traditional, manifesting our lives, it's through ourselves, it's through our own fears and insecurities and codependent things. And, you know, but when you face it, when you really look at yourself and your own devil energy and, you know, how that plays into your own life, and you really get a grip of it, you really take control of it, then it's very liberating, it's very empowering. And I'm not talking about running around doing witchcraft or anything like that. I mean, you know, that's not a bad thing. It's, you know, there's a lot of differences of opinion there, let's say. But it's, sorry, they're giving me something else. But it's, sorry, they're giving me things, so I'm distracted. I can't talk and receive messages at the same time. So, yeah. It's talking about this otter energy. So when you're in rabbit energy, you're a slave to your own fears and illusions, you know, your own painting a negative picture of what could be. But then the buffalo is regaining that control, getting the groundedness, being very practical, being like, right, what are the facts of this situation? Are my fears grounded or not? And then the otter is the dancing with the devil. It's coming through as like, and I'm not saying you're the devil, I'm not saying that you're negative or anything like that. It's talking about getting yourself unchained from the devil, because when you're dancing with the devil, I mean, not in that Batman scene, but when you're dancing with the devil, your partners, you're at the same wavelength. It's like almost like Two of Cups energy, where that energy is not controlling you anymore. You're in the same dance. So and of course, if you want to talk about the Batman scene, you know, the devil is defeated in that scene. I don't think it's too spoilery. I mean, it was out in the 80s. If you haven't watched the original Batman here, you know, already, who are you? What have you been doing with your life if you haven't watched the original Batman? There's a message coming through about hot foot. Hot foot. Now, I don't know if this is a dance, like a dance technique, hot foot. I don't know if it's like a waltz, you know, do the hot foot. I don't know, but it's been coming through for about 2 weeks now, where the soles of my feet have been getting very, very, very hot, and I've been getting hot foot through for it. Again, it's this thing about dancing, somebody dancing, perhaps somebody's got, you know, tap dancing or something, really fast feet, really, really good leg movement. It's funny as well, because my right leg got itchy as I started this reading, so definitely something to do with feet or dancing. Hot foot out of a situation, like birds flying, like get out of there maybe, I don't know. I can't believe the devil came out. I want advice and I want to know more about the situation, so let me just get a few words on this. So tell me about the devil. Why is the devil here? What's this? Tell me about. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I actually completed the reading and I didn't realise that my video had cut out at that moment. So I'm a bit frustrated that more of this didn't happen on camera. You're just going to have to trust me. Like how I knew that was the devil card, right? You're going to have to trust me about the stuff that came through. I'm just sad it didn't happen on camera. So I pulled out some more words for you. At first it came out with rapture, which was a little bit scary because... but it's also giving me the Blondie song. In Rapture, which came through for me yesterday. Actually, it played randomly and I was like, well, why are they showing me that song? So there could be a little bit in that. He only eats guitars now, it's okay. This was really interesting because it clarified with here, and I was like, what do you mean the devil's here? But then it clarified with still, which gave me the song by Sia, I'm Still Here, which actually says, I'm fighting my shadow, I'm fighting my ego, I'm fighting my battles. The past wanted me, it haunted me, it tormented me, but I'm still here, which again it carries this meaning of perseverance, that buffalo energy of you know, constantly fighting that devil energy and keeping your soul strong, and surviving, right? So definitely recommend that song by Sia, I'm Still Here. You know, and also this message of like, you know, heaven and earth, the good and the bad, the polar opposites. You're always going to have both. They're always going to exist at the same time together. Now do go and look up Archangel Michael if you like, because there is a little bit of a tale there with him about defeating the devil and defeating demons. So a really good thing that he's showing up in the reading, right? Hey, but someone's still fighting the battles, and it's a continual process, right? We're always going to be fighting our battles. We're going to be fighting our ego. We're going to be fighting our shadow. We're going to be fighting our inner demons. It's an ongoing process, okay? So that's okay. Just keep doing it. Chin up. So the moon card here was clarified by forever, which is very romantic, and light, forever light. What I was getting from this was, even in your darkest moments, even when you're facing your deepest fears, when you feel like you can't see the light anymore, it's still there. You know, sometimes, as long as our solar system exists, you know, as long as it's held together, the sun and the moon are going to be there. And we see in the nighttime, we see the moon because it reflects the light from the sun. Even though we can't see the sun in the nighttime, it's still there. We can see the evidence of it. We can see the reflection. Now, even when the moon is eclipsed, or it's a new moon and we can't actually see the moon in the sky, the moon is still there and the sun is still there. We just can't see it in those moments. So it's talking about when you're dancing with your demons, right? When you're facing dark night of the soul, perhaps. If you want to go and Google dark night of the soul, the light is still there. You know, Archangel Michael, you know, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, it's always going to have your back in your darkest moments. You just have to tap into it. So gorgeous. I was also getting something as well. I think you heard me talking about the shifting sands, right? The shifting sands, the waves rolling in, knocking you over, needing to find the firm ground. The benefit here with the devil and his hot foot is they were actually showing me an image of sand turning into glass. So something that's shifting, turning into something that's solid, because he's got the hot feet. I don't know quite what that means to you, but that's the message that came through with that. Okay, so I think I've covered, it's hard because I don't know what I said in the first part of the reading without completely rewatching it, but I don't have enough time. So now here you're going to have to trust me. I shuffled these cards on camera. The 3 cards flipped out. I'll kind of try and reenact it. 3 cards flipped out like this, and I looked at the bottom and it was Archangel Michael, and I was like, told you so, told you he's here. Again, you're going to have to trust me on this one. I was like, I can't believe I knew the devil was going to be there, and I'm talking about Archangel Michael leading this reading, and he's right here. Again, you can see the image of this card. He's gorgeous. He's a protector. He's talks about stability and foundations. He talks about the root chakra, the stomach, and, you know, the lower chakras, and finding that empowerment, finding that confidence. Yeah, and he's looking after these children. He's actually picking up the little boy there. He's about to. So definitely hugely protective, especially of children. And so if you've got children, if you're worried about them, absolutely call in Archangel Michael to come and look after them and keep them under his wing, because that's what he's there for, you know. Soft spot for children, I think. So gorgeous energy. So he's showing up in your reading. If you're fighting your demons, he's got your back. So if you're going through a spiritual awakening, a dark night of the soul, that's when Archangel Michael's going to show up for you. He's the light in the darkness. So what else did we have? Unbelievably, we got the willow. like you can't make it up. We got the willow. We got balance. So restoring balance, keeping those energies in checks, right? The angel and the devil on your own shoulder, finding balance. There may also be something about contracts or legalities involved here. So Libra energy. And we've got Archangel Raphael, which again is a gorgeous energy. So you've got two angels showing up in your reading. If you're fighting your demons, 2 angels here who've got your back. Archangel Michael with his big beautiful wings, and Archangel Raphael, who is he's the angel most likely to work through human form, through human ways. So Archangel Raphael is kind of like, you know, when those moments when you're in need and the right person shows up at the right time, the phone rings and it's the exact person you need a lawyer. Oh my god, you're talking to someone and they're like, oh, my dad's a lawyer. You know, it's like it can just be like, you know, you on a night out, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, you don't know how you're going to get home, and a £20 note blows in front of your feet. Somebody lost it, you know, they didn't really need it, they're good without it, you really needed it in that moment. So, you know, synchronicities work out that you get the money. It's just like those, he's there, he's working through like the 3D tangible reality through the people around you to make things, to make opportunities come up, right place, right time moments, like you know, above and on earth, you know, they've got you back in heaven, they've got you back on earth. So, you know, you're good is what I want to say. Archangel Raphael is heart chakra, so emotions, feelings, you know, supportive connections are all divinely guided at this time for you. I wanted to read that Willow card for you, and I had a little exercise if you want to just bear with me. So again, I can't make this up. The stuff that we've been talking about is coming through here. I'm just disappointed that it cut out, but maybe there's something about a test of faith there, you know, your faith in me, or you know, believing without seeing and things like this. But this is exactly how it came out. So, you know, you saw it with the Devil card. The Two of Forces. A big beautiful willow tree stands in the summer sun. This stately tree is strong and flexible, and this card upright is telling you that you are too. The willow spreads its roots deep and wide, creating a strong foundation. Again, Archangel Michael is about your foundations. That is capable of standing up to anything, including your own inner demons or whatever the situation is that you're dealing with, right? Standing up to anything because you're strong, your soul is strong. Now is the time for you to stand tall and feel the support of earth beneath your feet. The card indicates a time of calm, so enjoy the peaceful energy now. It also signifies a time of power, perfect for reinforcing your foundation in your work, in your family, in your spirit, and in the depth of the belief in yourself. Just like the willow, you have a peaceful strength, again like this buffalo card, drawn from the waters of your soul and extending through all of eternity. Stand confidently in your truth, again, balance, Libra energy, truth, honesty, integrity. Take the actions that support the growth of all things wonderful in your life and know that you are powerful. All things wonderful gave me all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. Now there's right, so a message that came through was when I had my spiritual awakening, darlings, I had a lot of disbelief about it. I was like, is this an illusion? Am I deceiving myself here? Am I seeing signs and synchronicities that are nothing more than coincidence? But the amount it happened, the amount of evidence outside of me, really kind of, you know, a scientific mind would look at all the evidence and say, yeah, that is coming from without you, and it's not coming from within you. It's undeniable. There's so much evidence to support what's happening that it's undeniable. So for me, this is my reality, it's my truth. Even to the point when I was walking up a road and I said, I'm sure it was to Archangel Michael. I could have said universe, but I think it was Archangel Michael. And I said, is this real? Please send me a sign. Immediately as I thought it, a single flash of lightning lit up the sky on a perfectly clear day. Like, that's very unusual. I got a sign. Yeah, I feel like somebody else has had this recently, especially if lightning has hit a tree or has hit near a tree. I feel like somebody had that sign. Doesn't have to be for your reading, it's just been something else that's been coming through for a while. So yeah, it would be disillusional for me to not believe it at this point. Okay, so the willow tree. It comes in with this Akashic force. I'm sorry if you can hear that car alarm in the background. I can't do anything about it. Take a deep breath and feel yourself plant energetic roots through the bottom of your feet, moving down to the very depths of the earth and tapping the resources you need. Notice the strength you feel rising up from this profound source of energy. So what I was getting from this, I want to share what I do. So when I'm tuning into the energies, or if I'm doing yoga, or if I just need to get grounded, I do this exercise where, now if you do yoga with Adrienne, who I totally recommend on YouTube, Yoga with Adrienne, so good. But she talks about the four corners of your feet. So you may want to do this with me now. Put the four corners of your feet down, like firmly planted on the ground, and then put your toes down as though they're roots, right? As though they're the roots of a tree. And imagine the energy extending out from those. Now, make yourself really long. So if you imagine you've got a cord running up and down your spine, I mean, you've got the spinal cord, but imagine a piece of cotton, and then imagine one end pulling down towards the earth. So the base of your spine pulling down towards the earth. Now imagine the other end of this energetic cord to be pulling up up through the entirety of your spine, up through the back of your neck, up out through your skull, and up to the sky. So make your spine really long and straight, and imagine yourself getting taller and taller and taller. Keep those energetic roots planted, keep your feet firmly on the ground, keep that balance, and then pull the energy up right through your spine, up, and stand really tall and make yourself really long. Okay, really pull back your shoulders, like I was saying about Archangel Michael pulling his arms back, extending his wings. Open your wings wide and pull them back and down. Okay, now you're standing really tall. So what I want you to do is imagine the roots of those trees extending out through the four corners of your feet, through your toes. Send the roots of your body tree down into the earth, deep down. Imagine them going, spreading further and wider. If you can see any plants or trees outside of you right now, imagine that your roots are extending to those trees and tangling with those roots. Imagine that your roots are going really deep down into the earth, finding caves, finding water down there. And now imagine drawing the water up through the soil, through the earth, up through your root system. And then imagine it coming up through the soles of your feet, up through your legs, through your veins. Imagine it as like, if you want to see it as water, if you want to visualize it as energy, whatever you want to do, imagine you're like a suction, like one of those suction things. Imagine you're suctioning up all this energy from the earth, up through your legs, up through the veins of your legs, up through your body, through your base chakra, so the bottom, like your tailbone, the bottom of your spine, up through your stomach, through your solar plexus, through your rib cage, through your heart space, up through your throat. Imagine your throat's opening up. Imagine you could sing beautifully like a bird. Imagine that energy pulling up through your throat, through your third eye chakra, which is between your eyes, like on your forehead, between your eyes, up through there. And then finally, all that energy, all that flow that you're drawing up from the earth, imagine it blasting out from your crown, from the top of your head. So like you've got a crown of branches extending from your head, like antlers, right? Imagine it going up and extending outwards and then connecting up to the sky, like energetic lightning, but it's going up from you, right? Up to the sky. You're sending that energy up, like lightning from you to the sky. So imagine now you've got this energetic link between the heaven and the earth, and it goes through you. If you play Minecraft and you know the beacon, it's like a light, like a source of light from earth to the sky. Imagine a source of light, a tube of light, a tunnel of light now opening from you to the universe, to the skies, to the planets, to the clouds above, and it's all coming through you. So all that energy from heaven coming down through you, imagine it's flowing over you now like a wash, like a rainfall, like an energetic shower from heaven. And any fears or anxieties or worries or stresses, let them wash off you. Imagine them as dirt, and they're washing away, and they're just rinsing off you down like a cloak, right, back to the earth, washing away. If you still have any remaining fears or worries, send them up through that energetic tube, right, to the sky. Say, I release these, I give these to my spirit guides, to God, to the universe, to the heavens, to take care of, guide me through this. I give my worries and fears and concerns to God, you know, to heaven, whatever you want to see it as. So they're washing away, or you're sending them up. And then receive the blessings that want to come down to you. Take in that strength and energy from the earth. Do this whenever you can. If you have 5 minutes, say you're waiting for a bus, you know, try and do it, obviously without looking like you're crazy, but you can do it in your mind. Imagine those roots going down into the earth, the energetic cord opening up to the sky. And you may even feel, like me, your crown chakra opening, which to me feels like a cracking open of my skull. And that's how I get my intuitive messages through. And the more you do it, like any kind of muscle, the stronger it gets. I don't know if I talked about the image that was showing me where somebody was jumping over the waves. So it's like the more you jump, the stronger your legs get, and the more easy it is to jump. So when the life is throwing things at you, you know, practicing facing those things makes it easier. Like any muscle, you know, like any muscle, the more you deal with stuff, the the easier it gets, is what I want to say there. So then I pulled you some advice cards from the Spirit, the Spirit Animal Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reid. Now I saw the Cat Spirit, which talks about claiming your independence on the bottom, and then when I shuffled, again, you're gonna have to trust me on this one, the cards that came through were, the first one was Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit, and I was talking about something about being like kingly and humble at the time when it fell out. So it was like, if there's energies that are keeping you small, that's not right. You don't have to keep yourself small. You can make yourself energetically big. And I said like a king, and then the Lion Spirit came out. And I was going to say, you know, the best kind of kings are humble. So you can be big, you can be bold, you can be a leader, but you can have a sense of humility at the same time. And be noble with it. You know, you don't have to be a bully to get ahead. You don't have to be, you don't have to keep yourself small. You can be the big, bold lion. Maybe somebody has Leo in the chart, especially with that cat, right? The cat, claim your independence, be the lion. This gave me the quote, the heart and stomach of a king, which is a quote from Queen Elizabeth I, when she was talking to the troops at Normandy. She said, I may have the body of a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and the stomach of a king, and a king of England too. It's one of my favourite quotes. It says, no matter how I appear on the outside, no matter if I appear frail, you know, no matter the state of my own body, it's my soul that matters. It's my soul that makes me big and powerful. And you're absolutely supported here by angels, you know. And you can talk about, you know, bringing your devil and angel on your shoulders into balance, and finding the strength in that, but defeating your ego, defeating your own shadow side, and you know, meeting that devil eye to eye, you know, making the devil work for you rather than being chained by him. So something there, right? And you also had Dragonfly Spirit, truth transcends illusion, which is interesting again because you've got this balance card here which comes in with this Libra energy of integrity. So you may be getting a truth here, you may be overcoming illusions or your own disillusionment, right? And seeing the truth in the situation, possibly coming from the dragonfly comes out of the swamp, so you could be coming through from like a swampy past, whatever that means to you, and rising and becoming very, very glorious. You know, he's wearing a crown as well here. The dragonflies are very vibrant and beautiful, you know. And then you've also got Snake Spirit, time to heal. The snake sheds his skin, and again it could talk about the soul being a vehicle, right, for our no, the body being a vehicle for our soul. It could be talking about that for you, but it also talks about growing bigger, ascending, you know, getting a second skin, if you like. Maybe someone's having a face peel, I don't know, but it's it does talk about when the snake grows, it has to shed its old skin because it no longer works for it. So there could be situations here that you're shedding. On the underlying, you had eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. So I feel like this rabbit has been scared of the eagle, but all the time the eagle had the rabbit's back. Now, the eagle could again represent the justice system, the legal system. So that could be a message there for somebody. What you think about, you bring about. So try and get out of this energy into this more grounded buffalo energy. Again, yoga may really help somebody. And then enjoy life. Enjoy dancing with the devil and splashing in the waves, right? Play in the shifting sand, because that situation is still going to be there. You can't stop the waves from rolling in, but you can change your attitude towards them. So it's kind of like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, you know. Don't squirt them in your own eye. So it's what you do with the situation that really matters. And you've absolutely got the angels here, the universe, spirit, absolutely coming in. Spirit has your back, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. So if you're facing your demons at the moment, facing your devils either within or without, you've got it. You're doing this. You know, you're strong, you're good. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy, because that will backfire. Stay humble, stay kind, right? It's like that, is it Tim McGraw song? Always be humble and kind. And spirit sees and spirit rewards. So I hope that reading was helpful to you. I mean, you may feel really silly doing it, but do give that chakra work a try. You know, imagine yourself as a tree and your roots extending downwards, the energy running up and down your body. Maybe go and do some yoga with Adrian. I know it really, really helps me. And yeah, take care. My tummy's rumbling, so I'm going to go and have some like what granola and yogurt and strawberries and blueberries and bananas and healthy food. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do that. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with friends if you think it's their story. All really, really helps me out, and stealth watchers are welcome as usual. Do take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.